happy, but good faith, I'd rather have been alone.
So had I, but yet for fashion's sake, I thank you too.
Goodbye then. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we may be better strangers.
I pray you, are no more trees with writing love songs on their barks.
I pray you mar no more of my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Ronald is your love's name?
Rosalind.
Rosalind!
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You are full of pretty answers. Shall we two sit together and rail against our mistress the world and all our misery?
I will try none but myself, against whom I know most faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
It is not a fault I would change for your best virtue.
By my troth, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He's drowned in the brook. Look within and you shall see him.
You have a nimble wit, but I'll tarry no further with you. Fare you well, good Signor Love.
I'm glad at your departure. So adieu, Madame Alcala.
Proceed. Moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. Myself, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog.
Why, all these should be on the lanthorn, for these are all in the moon.
Suppose you had all the world's criminals all here in this room. Suppose you had a way of getting rid of them forever. Have you the right to do it?
Why not?
Exactly my point. But Josephine, so many people.
De minimis non curat lex. The more there are, the more legal it is. It's impersonal. It's even military. It's the cardinal principle of battle. You get all your enemies together in one place, and then you kill them all at one time! Calm down, Josephine. Because if you had to hunt them down one by one in their houses and offices, you'd get tired and sooner or later you'd stop. I believe your idea is very practical, Amelia. I can't imagine why you never thought of it before.
Well, if you think it's all right to do it.
By all means, your criminals have had a fair trial, I suppose.
A trial?
Certainly! You can't kill anybody without a trial. That's elementary. No man shall be deprived of his life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Try this at all.
That's not the point. You are not accused of anything. Every accused, man, woman, or child, has the right to defend himself at the bar of justice. Even animals. Before the deluge, you will recall, the Lord permitted Noah to speak in defense of his fellow mortals. He evidently stuttered. You know the result. On the other hand, Captain Drakus was not only innocent, he was defended by a marvelous orator. The result was precisely the same. So you see, in having a trial, you run no risk whatever. Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Son, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers.
He only lived until he was a man, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, else then it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I had hairs, I would not wish them to a fair death. And so his knell is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that all spent for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well, and paid his score. And so God be with him.
To be ideal, hobby should improve the body as well as the mind. The Romans were a great people. Why? What was their hobby? Wrestling. In wrestling, one has to think quick with the mind and act quick with the body.
Yes, but I'm afraid wrestling is not very practical for the most of us. I wouldn't make a very good showing as a wrestler.
Nonsense. You could be great wrestler. You are built for it. Look.
Are you hurt?
Are you all right, Father? Where are my glasses?
Oh, here they are. Oh, Mr. Kirby, they're broken.
Oh, I am sorry, Mr. Kirby. But when you wrestle again, you will, of course, not wear glasses.
All the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace. With a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, and sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, fair round belly, good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th stage shifts to the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans